Well, Bud Light's drama is continuing even months after controversy surrounding the company's decision to have trans activist Dylan Mulvaney as a paid sponsor. That decision to have Dylan appear in the beer brand's ad caused an uproar with conservative Americans and the beer's target market, which is primarily men, especially those who love sport. In April, this ad appeared, which had a series of consequences for the brand.
This month, I celebrated my day 365 of womanhood, and Bud Light sent me possibly the best gift ever, a can with my face on it. Check out my Instagram story to see how you can enjoy March Madness with Bud Light and maybe win some money too. Love ya! Cheers!
Now, the backlash was extraordinary, but it seems to not just be loyal consumers of the beer that aren't happy, because the heir to the Anheuser-Busch family, being the parent company of Bud Light, has given a pretty scathing statement to TMZ. Billy Bush joined TMZ Live podcast with Harvey Levin and weighed in on all the scandals surrounding the failed marketing attempt. He said, "I think my family, my ancestors are rolling over in their graves. They were very patriotic. They loved this country and what it stood for. They love this country because it is a free country and people are allowed to do what they want. But it was never meant to be on a beer can and never meant to be pushed in people's faces. So they would have never marketed their brands that way." As you know, AB was one of the greatest marketers ever in any business, and they were incredible with what they came out with. The Clydesdales, the frogs, the lizards, all the different promotions they had, all the different advertising they had, and the last thing they would have done was get as controversial as InBev has with Dylan Mulvaney advertising. Now, the backlash of the marketing decision to use Dylan Mulvaney caused a headache for sales. Anheuser-Busch announced last week that they were laying off 2% of their United States staff, with the company confirming revenue in the US has dropped by 10.5% from April to June. This was primarily due to the volume decline of Bud Light.
In May, Bud Light lost its top spot as the #1 selling beer in the U.S. to Constellation Brands' Modelo brand, as Bud Light sales fell 25%. The company did say on the call that market share decline has stabilized, and the CEO addressing the dip saying the company is listening and engaging with consumers.
Advertising executive Tim Kramer weighed in on how Americans are sick of politics and business intertwining.
It's amazing what's happened and how the American people have spoken. They've spoken with their wallets, the most important thing that they can speak with. And they've told these companies, in particular InBev, Anheuser-Busch, and Bud Light, that this is the wrong path. To me, we've seen this coming for years. We stopped working with liberal woke companies starting back in 2009. And by 2014, we had, in fact, on our website, we started saying we only work with conservative brands because we saw where this was going. And we saw it as a loser back in 2009. I don't see how they get out of this.